So welcome everyone, and as promised last time, today we are going to have a really fun introspective revision, and I'm super happy to see that we have some old-timers here who have taken the time to join. There are only there is only one rule. That one rule is everybody needs to participate. Okay, so we will be the way we do this is we're going to divide you into a few breakout rooms. And this is a great opportunity to get to know some of your satsang members better. So small breakout rooms, you will all get a question. That question will be about introspection based on what we studied in 2.1 to 2.37. That's what we have done so far. So it's open book. You can refer to any notes, any books or anything, but it's not a theoretical exam. It's more like how is the Bhagavad Gita teachings impacting you in your life, and how can you apply it in your life? The questions are like that. Okay, so what I will do is first I will create breakout rooms, and then I will share the question with you, and we will go from there. And each breakout room, you have to make sure that everybody in your room is participating. Tell them to turn on their camera, and you can do it. You can be a good satsang member and encourage them to participate. Maybe they are shy to show their face in front of everybody, but they should open up when it is just 3 or 4 people in a small setting. So are you all ready? Okay, so let me first create the breakout rooms. Let's see how many people are here. 5, 10, 15, 20, around 25 are here. 25, let's create 6 rooms. I think that will be good. And I will also try to make sure that every room has at least one old timer. So every room I'll try to have somebody who can be a mentor. So one of the rooms is going to be a little small, that's okay. So I will first tell you who is in which room. You just have to remember your room number. And then when I share the questions, the corresponding question number is for you. Okay, so if you are room number 1, question 1 is for you, okay? So room 1 is Deepali, Kalpana, and Shivani. Room 2 is Chitra, Jay, Leena, Praveen, and Rajiv. Group 3 is Ayush, Kahan, Lakshmi, and Smita. Room 4 is Manish, Rinko, Sonali, and Sulata. Room 5 is Dani, Kiran, Meena, and Siri. And room 6 is Apurva, Devaki, Pankti, and Simran. I will open the rooms and look at your Telegram group, or where should I post the questions? I can post it here also. Maybe I'll do that. I'll post the questions first here. You're all going to enjoy this because this is the most important part where you are able to understand how it applies in your life. So the way this works is each group gets 15 minutes. So your timer will start 15 minutes to discuss amongst yourself and come up with answers. And you can pick anybody who can, talk about your team's answers. So once everybody is done, 15 minutes, we can stretch it to 20 if required. And then every team gets 5 minutes to talk about their answers. Okay, once your 15 minutes is over. So I posted the list of questions. Everybody can see it. Again, remember your room number and pick the question corresponding to your room number. And I'm always here. If anybody has any questions, just message me, ping me, and I will join your room if you have a question. Okay? Okay, everybody, you're going to get teleported to your own rooms. Hey, welcome back. You are teleported back to the main room. Awesome. So hope you all had a good time. You were all able to at least introspect. Later on, the other 6 questions, please feel free to look at them, and you have your own journal, so you can write down your own answers. This is for your own introspection, so that you get an idea of how to apply these teachings in your own lives. And I'm always there. If you have any questions, you can ask me for guidance. Okay. So room one, Deepali, Kalpana, Parulji, who is the speaker? Who did you nominate?
So, Guruji, we have Shivali as a spokesperson, but there she is. Shivani needs to.
Okay, where is Shivali?
She's there, she's there. She's just trying to unmute her phone. Give her a second. One sec. Shivani, you need to unmute yourself.
Can you hear me?
Yes, loud and clear.
Perfect. Hare Krishna, everybody. Hare
So you
Krishna,
get
Guruji.
5 minutes now. So
Okay.
you can start.
Yeah, so what we understood of the question, I'm going to respond for that. So, personally, my situation, I hope and pray Krishna does not give that to anyone. um, a year ago, my husband was diagnosed with pancreatic cancer, and in 4 short months, he was taken away from us. So there was a lot of fear. There is that I had to go through along with my family, and there's a sense of duty now for my kids that I have, for my family, the remaining 3 of us. So I think Krishna has taken care of us, and he has guided us. And uh, my situation, I think nothing prepares you for something like that. We all know it's the truth. It's going to happen to all of us. Some people are going to go before us. Some people are going to go a little bit later. But it's just my situation was where I think I sense I can't kind of. I'm very, very religious. I've always been, but my faith was shaken in these times. My faith was shaken, and I stopped going to the temple, which something I fasted for Mondays and Tuesdays all my life, and I just couldn't step into the temple. It was very difficult for me. So this satsang has brought Krishna back into my life, and he has guided me.
Hare Krishna.
Yeah, I surrender to him, and he's gonna guide me for the rest of my life too. Just like he guided Arjun, I believe he's guiding me to be strong, to have faith again, and to move on.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Hare
All
Krishna.
our love and blessings to you.
Thank you.
And it's very heartening that you are leading by example. So this was the message given to Arjuna: is it's okay to feel emotions, but it's important to rise above them and direct them to a higher cause and higher purpose. That's what you are doing, and which is very, very impressive. And all our hearts are blessing for you. So Shivani.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much for opening up and sharing.
Thank you.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. All of you. This is the power of satsang. So I think please participate. And today we may be in trouble. Tomorrow somebody else may be in trouble. So we need to be there for others, and others will also be there for us. That's how it's yagya. It's this is what is called loka sangraha, where we are able to contribute to each other's development and growth and all of that. So, and that's possible only if you participate. It's not possible if you are just an observer. Not possible if you just listen to a YouTube video, for example, right? So that is satsanga. All power to you. Blessings to all of you. Room 2, Chitra, Jay, Leena, Praveen, Rajiv. Who is the speaker?
Yes, Guruji. I was in this group, and we were able to discuss what Arjuna is actually surrendering when he says to Krishna that I give my control to you and I'm willing to have faith in you. So we ended up discussing what consistency and conviction means when it comes to surrender. And Jay ji and Leena ji, we were talking of the situations where they feel that there is no light at the end of the tunnel or they are not able to see the light. So that's what we discussed. And
Are they going to talk about it, or you are going to be doing the
yes,
talking?
Jay ji is raising his hand.
Okay, let me go to him. Hare Krishna, Jai Ji.
Yeah, so we talked about surrendering, and I put my experiences, and it was about like scary moments that comes across when trying to surrender. So all analytical thinking that's coming in between and not able to surrendering on those parts. So it's very scary for me. The experience is like whenever like I'm in the situation, I'm not able to act that way, the way you said like to do it. And when it's over, I also overthinking about that experiences and everything. So it's all a loop that's going on with me. And it's like surrendering is like very hard. Here also it says like where we get stuck here it says so we confuse asking for help with weakness or losing face. So that's what I feel as well. Like it's all about losing fear. It's all coming up when I'm trying to surrender on my side. At the same time I want to surrender. So it's all I'm all between that this and that part. So it's very confusing and yeah, it's not happening.
See, when we are a child, if we have to cross the road and if we are very scared of it, and your mother or father says, "Don't worry, I will help you," just, they lift you and they cross the road with you in their arms, did you feel comfortable or did you feel scared? That's surrender, but there you felt comfortable because you had faith. You had faith in your mother, you had faith in your father. If a total stranger had come and said, "I will help you cross the road," yeah, that is when you will probably feel scared to give away your control, right? So the secret of what makes surrender difficult or easy just depends on how much faith you have. So you cannot force surrender, but you can develop faith, and that will make surrender easy. And that is the whole message. And how do you generate more faith is when you try to get more into your heart. That's exactly what we discussed in the last session. Your head will not let you, because the ego rules here. My intellect, my opinion, my views, my beliefs. And somewhere then, that is why we say pick the right mentor, right teacher, pick the right satsanga. And that is the safe space where you can practice letting go and getting into your heart. So I totally understand and thank you for sharing. Beautiful.
Thank you, Lekhaji, like for talking on that part as well. Thank you.
Most welcome. So you still have 2 minutes. Did Leena ji wanted to add anything, or are you guys all done? Okay, Leena ji, go ahead.
Thank you, Guruji. Hare Krishna. For me, I was focusing on laying the foundation. I think two things that works out for me is like, yes, having that faith and have a constant battle of being analytical, but like I said that thing that bhakti और प्रेम में वो विश्वास रखना पड़ता है, लॉजिक नहीं होता है उसमें. So it took me a while to basically get to that point and resetting my expectation, whether being an expectation of being in the career for a long time but still struggling to find a right role, or whether being a mother of 8-year-old who I feel that she should be at this level, but I see my child struggling. So but having that expectation that something someday will work out. She's good in other aspects, but she is struggling with other aspect. Not everyone is perfect, so having that expectation reset usually helps me. But one thing I still have open question is like, in that we also talked about finding the right mentor, finding the guru. Krishna was standing right in front of Arjuna. Arjuna knew that I can take help from Krishna. We don't have that. And Chitralekha ji did mention that you have to find the element of Krishna in everyone, in the Guruji, where we are doing a satsanga right now. But it's still like you have questions. There is very diverse set of questions and problems in our life. Can one person help you with everything? How do you build that trust? How do you find that mentor? Do we find a mentor for every different problems? Sometimes you do, sometimes you don't. Or do you find that one person who has answers to everything? So for
So,
me, that is always a struggle.
no, that's a good question. So, if you look at what Vedanta says, the Vedantic perspective is that the highest guru is right within you. Your higher self is the highest guru, and it knows the answers to all your troubles. The problem is you are not tuned to it. So, this guru or mentor externally that you are finding, their real job is not to find all the answers for you. Their real job is to help you attune to your own higher self so that you become open to the right answers yourself. And you mentioned that Krishna was standing in front of Arjuna. So, in a way, Arjuna was lucky, but Krishna was standing in front of Duryodhana also. But it made no impact to him. So, it is not about whether the guru is right. What is more important is the student ready? That is why the real teaching happens after Shishyasteham Shadimam Tvam Prapadna. So the question is, are you able to get into that mindset? Are you able to get into that, okay, now I let go, now I surrender? See, surrendering is a very tricky topic, I understand. And it's not a favorite topic for many people in today's world. That's why if you see in our Zoom meeting, the password is I surrender. Because, everybody likes iPhone and iPad and everything. So I thought I'll keep the password as I surrender. So maybe that makes it a little more attractive. Yes. Okay, so we are out of time, but I'll still see Jay has a quick question. Yes, Jay ji?
So when it comes to surrender again, like I also feel like, am I hypnotizing myself? Like when I'm being able.
This, I don't mean to interrupt you, Jay ji, but I just feel an aha moment here. This is exactly the question that was asked to Swami Vivekananda when he was talking to the International Conference of Religion in Chicago. That is when he became so popular. You should search and you should find that speech yourself. This is exactly the question people are asking. They are saying, Swamiji, are you hypnotizing us? The exact same word. And Swamiji said, no, my dear, I'm de-hypnotizing you. You are asking me, surrender means are you hypnotizing me? I'm saying, you thinking you are in control is the hypnotizing that you are already under. And Vedanta is trying to de-hypnotize you and tell you that nobody is in control of everything. And so surrender is the natural thing to do. Okay, so Hare Krishna, thank you so much. Let's now go to room 3. Ayush, Kahan, Kiran, Lakshmi, Smita. Please use the Zoom raise hands button. That way I can see which hand is raised because there are too many small icons on my screen. Who is it? Kiranji who's going to talk, or is it Ayush? Ayush, you are the one? Okay, Kiranji.
Smita ji will represent group number 3. And
Smita
thank you for
ji.
the opportunity. We were able to open our hearts and we were able to
Yes.
speak a lot of things. So thank you for this.
Most welcome. Smita ji, your 5 minutes starts now.
Yes. So thank you, Guruji, for the session. It was a very emotional but good session, I would say, what we had, because I think the topic or the question for us was how not to grieve for something that was anyway going to change and that is not constant. So I think it was different because everybody is in different phases of their lives. So for Kiranji and Lakshmiji, they kind of opened their hearts out for, their parents, like their fathers that they have lost, but not able to still accept that loss. And it's they even kind of opened up saying that it's the time can heal things, but that saying is very good, but very hard to put it into practice, which I think all of us know. For very small things also, we feel like, oh, the time will heal, but it's always in the mind, it doesn't go away. So how to get past that? I mean, we came to kind of a conclusion, and for me it was my grandmom, whom I was very, very attached to, but never spent so much time with her at that time, because I was very childish. She was always very loving, but I never really recognized that power of love till she was gone, so it kind of brought back those memories. And it's more of feeling guilty because you didn't get to spend it than letting her go. I mean, like, we came to the conclusion that you cannot hold on to anybody. Everybody has their spiritual journey and they have to move on, and they come with a timestamp because everybody comes with a timestamp. Everything has a timestamp. So we accept that, but accepting that they do come with a timestamp is the harder part. And also sometimes, in my case, guilt of not spending time. So how do we counter that, and how do we reset our mind, like, okay, this is the fact of life. Spend the most time that you can, give the time that you can for the people whom you really love and care, rather than chasing. You should chase things because that's a drama of life. You should chase your career. You want to be at the top of it, yes, but do it without attachment. I think we kind of came to that conclusion. And also adding Kahan's and Ayush's, they're in a different phase of life. They were like more focused on their career, and they luckily did not have any losses. And I hope, even though it's like hearsay, I hope it continues that way for you. Your grandparents live as long as, like 100, 200 years. I would wish that for everyone. But yeah, so they had more about questions about how to pursue the right path in the career, like, how not to believe all the stories that's laid out in different forums, but actually get that right guidance, how to move ahead. They're attached to that, and how to perform, how to reach that place without, how do I say, without put in your efforts, but don't control. You can't control the results. So it went in that direction. So this was the main thing. So the gist of it was accepting that time heals everything is harder, but we have to train our minds to know that everything, everyone, every opportunity comes with a timestamp, and we have to do the best at that time and not hold on to what will be the outcome of our efforts, be it with a person, be it with an opportunity, be it with anything. So I think that's where we are. Kiranji, correct me if I've done anything wrong with your representation, but yeah.
I think you have done a good job. Thank you so much. And in general, if you ask anybody who has gone through a painful loss, they might have lost their grandparents or parents or whoever, right? The overwhelming majority will tell you that the biggest pain is the pain of guilt. It is not the pain of loss. Pain of loss is painful, of course, but the biggest pain is the pain of guilt. I could have done this. I could have said this. If you see, look at, in a funeral, you will see like 100 people showing up. But where were these 100 people when the person was alive? So the message here is, Krishna will go into details. He will talk about not just Swadharma, he will also talk about Niyatam Karma. Niyatam Karma says, what is the right thing for me to do now in this situation? Okay, so like my parent is already longing for spending some time with me, while my social club is asking me to come for a party. What is my Niyatam Karma? Always ask that question. Where I should prioritize, what I should prioritize. So it's not to live in fear, it is to live in a mindful state where you are always prioritizing. So tell yourself, like, what if tomorrow the person I love disappears? What would be my guilt? So can I do something about it today? Can I spend more time? Can I prioritize them? just like that, prioritize Krishna, prioritize your satsanga. I think that is the way to handle this. Beautiful answer. Thank you so much. Really appreciate that. Thank you, Chitraji, for guiding them, and Kiranji. I'm sure your views also helped. So let's maybe go to the fourth room. The fourth room is Manish, Savant, Rinko, Sonali, and Sulata. Who is the spokesperson? Sulata ji, yes?
Hare Krishna.
Yes.
Yeah. Probably when I talk through, Sonali and Rinkuji and Manisha ji can add on if they have any points. So what we did is we just caught some of the reflecting points, and while discussing their experiences, and I'll just read through it. So Sonali ji had a very sad experience where she lost her friend. She passed away, and she had to endure this. And that's, she just told me that even she has attended the Bhagavad Gita last time also, and this session also helped her a lot, where this particular shloka 2.14 and 2.15 coincidentally, which we were given, the points she jotted down has helped her a lot to come out of this grief. So the first thing was I'm sorry, she just realized that, like, how we are holding on to the busy in holding on the pleasant moments and pushing away the unpleasant ones. This keeps us busy, and it stops our spiritual evolution, because we will not be able to focus on that. And the second thing is, the most important thing what she understood is, like, the eternal nature of the soul, because this is all the temporary things which will pass away. So this realization helped her a lot, that the we are the sky, and the clouds are, the dualities are like the clouds passing by. And the third is that the nature, with the very nature of these dualities, that is agama, paino, anitya. They come, they go, they are impermanent. So it's a futile activity to just trying to resist these things, because the more we resist, the more suffering will be with us. So, and she just was trying to connect herself to God consciousness, like with the Nam Japa. And also what realization she got is to be, because when learning to tolerate these dualities and be steady, that's when we will be in the present current moment, and that's when we will be truly getting connected to God. And this Nama Japa also will help to calm the mind.
Very nice.
And Rinkuji had an experience where he experienced financial loss. So what he also told is the same thing, tolerating the dualities, because he pointed out one important aspect, that is he defining our self-worth, because when we identify with the outcome, we define our self-worth with it. So that's when we will get restless. So this also helped him. He actually helps him in doing the righteous actions without expectation. So that's what we learned in 2.47. So with the tolerating aspect of dualities comes that acceptance and letting go aspects. So that's what helped him also. And the main thing is, the other point which he brought up is being devoid of doership.
Okay, Rinkuji, you want to talk about that? You're comfortable?
I'm okay. She's explaining it very well for me.
Okay,
she can do it.
Okay. Okay.
So basically,
so it is,
the only thing I told her that doesn't matter what happens. बोलते हैं अच्छा टाइम भी नहीं रहेगा और बुरा टाइम भी नहीं रहेगा. So just keep believing in God and just अपनी life जियो. With the time, everything will be fine. That's it. That's all I want to say.
Yeah. Even this will pass. This was the slogan which they both also remembered. Yeah.
Even this will pass. Agama payano anityas tantitikshasya bharata. Beautiful. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna. Really appreciate your participation. This is so beautiful. Everybody is opening up. So room 5, Dani, Kiran, Meena, who is, did you lose a member? I thought Siri was in this room, maybe. Who is going to talk about teaching? Is it Siri? Siri is here. Okay. Yes, Siri ji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you for giving me this opportunity. Yeah, we just had a discussion all together. Uh, uh, so this is regarding us stepping aside. So as per our discussions, a difficult conversation for me, it's a difficult conversation with someone who I care about. I I can't do that. There are other things whereas like simply hard. Yeah, as per our discussions, yeah, people are going through a lot of emotional stress. um, Minaji said that conflict the priority and hard time dealing with logistics and changing, but congratulations to Minaji that she stepped ahead though whatever she was going through and applied for the job and she got the job. Thanks to you for taking that step. Lack of decision making is also becoming a hurdle here in taking a step ahead. um, there is another question waiting ready to do before anything. um, some emotional stress what Dhani is going through. She has a child and now she's expecting, she would like to do multiple things. It's just that she's unable to prioritize because of her health responsibilities what she is into. So she's stuck, emotionally stressed and stuck with multiple things. It's overwhelming for her starting to do anything and feels like, oh, I'm late now, it's gone. And as we discussed, there are good things that one step what we can take today is that for me, apologize for one specific thing, for others one thing at a time. And for one of the person, it's like step ahead, putting worries aside and do the right thing at the right time.
Very nice.
What we discussed. So there are
So,
challenges what everybody is going through, but they are moving ahead. That's really great and hats off to them. uh,
very nice.
Last thing.
Is
Yeah.
Dani or Meenaji, you wanted to add anything, or are you okay with this? Okay, Meenaji wants to say something. Let's see.
One clarification. I don't have a job. I just decided to apply for it. What I was sharing with the team is generally our question is about what are we avoiding? Are we worried about things and still not taking steps? What are we worried about? Overwhelmingly, all of us are feeling overwhelmed and not making decisions, not taking actions. And for me, I think I was just worried about logistics of making this big change if I got a job. The point is, I haven't even applied for a job. What am I worried about? So through the satsanga, I think it gave me the opportunity to sit back and think about things that I'm worried about that I shouldn't be worried about, really. And if I want to worry about something, I should give myself reason to worry about it. And the reason would be that I would actually get a job somewhere else where I need to worry about the logistics of making a move or whatever. So I have not even applied for a job. Why am I worried about this? So this week I decided to give myself the opportunity to worry about things. So I just shared with our satsanga folks in our team that I applied for a job yesterday. So if it happens, then it gives me the opportunity to really worry about things. Otherwise, don't worry about it. It's not like I'm in control.
Yeah, maybe sometimes we all do that. We are all worried about what is yet to come. This is what Patanjali said. You can avoid the suffering that is yet to come. Ask yourself that a lot of you today, you are in Canada. When you were 2 years old, 3 years old, did you ever imagine you were going to be in Canada? You didn't, but it happened. And many of you will know that it's actually giving you a better quality of life than you thought it would. So it's not necessary that something which is yet to happen has to be stressful or has to be uncomfortable. That is our fear, and that fear is based on our attachment, because we are comfortable now. We are attached to this comfort. In fact, I remember one person in our own Vancouver group. One person told me that he was getting an opportunity in another town, and he said everything is fine, but there is no Walmart close by. And I'm like, when did that become your top priority? He's like, no, it's just so comfortable. I'm so used to it. Like, what am I going to do if there is no Walmart near me? And so this is what happens is, some of our attachments, knowingly or unknowingly, they give us this worry on, yeah, Binaji, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No, what you're saying is absolutely right, Guruji. And, even in the place that I am, I applied for another job, or I have been thinking about applying for another job for the last 2.5 years. There is still inertia. I'm uncomfortable and therefore I want to apply and change, but I still haven't done it. So it's not that I'm miserable
Yes,
where I am, but why do I continue in this misery? And then what
yes,
am I worried about for an opportunity that might actually be better? Why am I worried about it?
very
It's
nice.
that
So this
constant
is a,
conflict between not being comfortable, but not being comfortable about seeking comfort. Like
yes,
what
yes,
is this mindset?
this is a very important question. So maybe I'll spend just 1 minute just directing everybody into which direction you should think. This is what in the scriptures we call as Shreya versus Preya. So whenever you are not able to make a decision, ask yourself, is it because I am worried about getting out of my comfort zone? Is that the problem? Because I want to be comfortable, that is Preya. I want to do what is right, that is Shreya. Now, if I do what is right, will I be comfortable? That is the temptation we need to overcome. And not all the time cling to something that feels comfortable. Instead, shift your mindset to always ask, what is the right thing to do? Now, the comfort will come. You will become comfortable doing the right things eventually. So, thank you so much. Hare Krishna. Let's give the last group also an opportunity. Apurva, Devika, Pankti, and Simranji. Who is going to talk about their team? Okay, Apurva ji.
Hare Krishna Guruji, Hare Krishna everyone. So we reflected on the fear of other people's opinion and influence in our decision and what's the right thing to do in the moment. So like Devika ji shared her experience when she was a PhD student. She used to do things just sometimes for the sake of people, what the people around her will say. And then later on in her life, when she became a professor, now she's focused more on her students and she just stopped bothering about the people's influence in her life and opinions. And Pankti ji said the same thing, like most of the times what we do is according to what others will think, and that basically becomes a hurdle in not able to give 100%. So we were basically in all these things our concentration is on what people will think. So we should be concentrating on our prescribed duties, which is our swadharma, rather than the noise around
Yes.
us. And
Yes.
the problem which stops us from not taking the right decision is most of the time a fear and ego, which will not let us out of our comfort zone. So if
Yes. Like if I can add it quickly, right? So many times we are worried about what people will say because the ego wants appreciation. The ego wants acknowledgement that four people have to clap. And if you think it's not going to happen, the ego is very uncomfortable. That is, the ego is always focusing on what people will say. So the answer given by Krishna is very simple. Krishna says, instead, focus on what is the right thing to do. And when you do the right thing, if the people around you are not appreciative, then you are in the wrong group. Change the group. Eventually learn to be among people who will appreciate you for doing the right things. Okay? And that is what a satsanga is mostly about. The importance and the significance of a satsanga is everybody is aligned on what is the right thing to do, and they will all encourage you as long as you keep doing the right things, aligning with dharma. So find your tribe. And if you are not being appreciated for doing the right things, you are not in the right tribe, and change your tribe. Okay. I know you cannot change your immediate family and all of that, but you can always pick a good satsanga where you spend a significant amount of time. Pankti ji, you wanted to add anything, or Devika ji, or Simran ji? I want to make sure you all get an opportunity. Okay, Pankti ji wants to add something.
Hardik wants to add something.
So it's not about this question, but about the second question about the surrendering. And I realized it with our daughter. When she has to open a new box of toy or like a packet of chips or candy, something, when she gets something, I sometimes as a parent, that she won't be able to do it. You jump ahead and you try to, okay, let me do it for you. And that creates some spark that the kid run away. No, I want to do it. And I realized it, and I like, okay, you do it. If you need help, let me know. In 30 seconds, she will come back and she will, give me a chance to do it. That's in real life surrendering, and then things gets easier after that. Like after doing a couple of times now, she's able to do it. I do follow your previous batch podcast too, and the thing is that, as you said, all the literature, Guruji, they are a way to reach at the high level. They are not the high level, but the way to reach the high level. So I see her doing that is for her high level is now she's able to open the packet of chips by herself, that she has learned by surrendering, by looking at it, how to do it. And if we can like magnify it and put it in our life for our day-to-day work, day-to-day struggles, the things are around us. We just need to open up and see how needs to react it, and rather than making things complicated.
Hare Krishna. Very nice. Very nice. Thank you. Thank you for sharing. Yes. Devika ji wanted to say or add anything, I think.
And I also want to piggyback on the second question about surrendering. And we were going through a family crisis, and usually we have the mentality that let's do this to fix it. And that was the first time I sat in my puja room and I told God, this is what I'm going through. You show me the right way of handling it. And after that, it was as if I'm on an autopilot. I went through the process and things resolved. But most of our family was trying to figure it out based on what they could do. And they said, why aren't you contributing? I said, this is not in our hands. Things will work out. I mean, we obviously will do the right things to do, but that was first time in my life where I said to myself, I cannot do anything. I need guidance, and I have just told God, show me the right way.
Hare Krishna. That's a brave thing to do. So surrendering is an act of courage, actually. It's not an act of weakness. So thank you. Thank you for sharing this. Really wonderful. Thank you, everyone. Hare Krishna. This turned out to be a really beautiful exercise. So many of you opened up and shared with each other. In the next session, we should rotate. Whoever did not speak this time should get chances. Pravinji, I want to see you unmute more. And, and next time maybe Kiranji and Simranji will also get to talk. Sonaliji, so many. I hope you like this format. Please give me feedback. You have access to our group, and let me know if you have ideas on what we can do better for the next revision. Because chapter 2 will have at least one more revision coming up. So with that, I can in today's session give you all some time to go back with your introspection and write in your journals on how you can apply all these teachings. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna.
Radhe Krishna. Thank you. It was a wonderful session, Guruji.
Hare
Every
Krishna.
different, the different, the experience, more thing to add in our life.
Hare Krishna.
We have learned. Yeah. Thank you. Radhe Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Guruji. Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Guruji. Hare Krishna.